Liliana didn't tell us that she was pregnant till like, what, 6 months in? I have no idea. But I would have never guessed because, like, one, your stomach didn't grow that much. Like, you had a little belly.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I had no idea. Like, you could have literally tricked me.
I know.
Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Amen Sister. Today's episode, we are going to talk about all things motherhood. I want us to talk about, like, if you're a first-time mom, gonna be a first-time mom, kind of what, I want Liliana to share your experience, kind of sharing what you can expect, what you didn't know that you should expect, but all of the things, okay? Tell us everything.
Let's get to it.
So transparent and honest because I want to give the girls what they need, okay? Mm-hmm. Let's start off by when you first find out that you're pregnant, how do you react? Like, what is going through your mind?
So, okay, to set the stage, my husband and I had already been married 3 years, I think. And my reaction, honestly, was I was genuinely excited with a slash of being nervous because obviously we didn't know what to expect. But overall, we were excited. I was excited. Like, when I flipped the thing, right, and it says positive, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's finally, like, our turn. That's how I felt.
Okay. So you were excited. Mm-hmm. How old are you?
Right now?
No, like, at this point, when you,
24?
24. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I consider that it was a good time to have a kid.
I think that's a perfect time.
So I ended up having him, at 25?
Okay.
So I genuinely was like, yeah, like, you're never going to have
it. You felt like you were ready.
Yeah, you're never going to be fully ready. We're never going to have it together, but we are at a good, like, point where I want to be a mom and I would enjoy being a mom.
Okay, and for someone listening who is going to be a first-time mom and you're like, look, this is what you can expect out of, like, fast forward, you're pregnant. Did you have any, like, throughout your pregnancy, was that hard at all? Like, what was that like for you?
In terms of symptoms, I don't think so, honestly. And I have to, well, where I find out that I'm pregnant was because I was so tired. That's the only thing I can think of. Mm-hmm. That I was so tired. And that's how I knew something was not right. Because I was like, there is no way I'm this tired. So, if you guys don't know, before becoming a mom, when I was working a 9-to-5, I was a delivery driver. And my delivery destination was to a different city. It was like an hour commute. And so I remember, dude, coming back, driving and being like in the freeway, being so tired, like se me andaban cerrando los ojos.
That's crazy.
And
girl.
I was like, and I thought that it was because the weather was changing. It was getting warmer out. And I was like, could it be the heat giving me this much, like, just getting so tired to the point where I'm literally falling asleep? So I knew something was not right. And I was like, no, I think it's something else. So let me take the pregnancy test. And that's where I was like, oh, pero no me dio más síntomas más que just being really tired and just craving a lot of fruit, honestly.
Fruit? Yeah. You were craving fruit.
I don't think I had ever ate that much fruit in my life until there, dude.
Well, that's not pregnancy. The worst symptom I've heard.
No. But other than that, it was pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. I think you had a pretty good pregnancy, if I don't say so myself. So, also, guys, just to give a little context, just because, for fun, Liliana didn't tell us that she was pregnant till, like, 6 months in? I have no idea. But I would have never guessed because, like, one, your stomach didn't grow that much. Like, you had a little belly.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I had no idea. Like, you could have literally tricked me the whole time and told me that, like, I don't know.
I know. It's because
So,
I was the reason why I didn't tell you guys, and I don't know if you guys got, offended about it, but I just didn't want to tell anyone because I was so afraid of something happening, and then like my worst nightmare was saying like never mind. And so I was like, no, like I kept it to myself, obviously with my husband, like we both knew. But because no se me enseñaba nada, I was like, wait, I don't have to say anything because you can't tell. Yeah, I told my mom and my parents, and you guys like almost at the 6-month mark.
yeah, which is crazy.
Which is now looking back, I'm like, okay, maybe I could tell you guys next time a lot sooner. But
I mean, I didn't mind.
But it was a fear of mine.
I think that's fair. And I honestly would think that we should have more grace for couples in this situation of like, you don't owe anyone an explanation of anything. Like, honestly, do what makes you feel the most comfortable because at the end of the day, that's your life,
Yeah.
But okay, so that was your pregnancy. And then fast forward, you have Danilo. Tell us how that first day, like what was the birth like, and how did that like transition into now this whole life change that you're now in a place that you've never been before? Tell me about it. Like, what are you feeling? Okay. He arrives, now what?
Yes. So the day he arrived, it happened right after New Year's. And so we were all just out of whack, I feel like, honestly, because we had spent New Year's with my parents over there. And when we come back, I remember we were watching a movie and we went to sleep. And then the second I laid down to sleep, my water broke.
Oh my god.
And I was like, no. And obviously I'm a first time mom. I don't know that means your water broke. And I was like, did I just pee myself or like what the heck happened? And so, but no, I started getting contractions right away as the water broke. So I knew, I was like, try not to panic. We didn't even have the car seat, dude, in the car yet. We had the car seat, just
not installed.
Not installed, not ready, yeah.
Girl.
And so we hurried to the hospital. Long story short, Danila's born. Such a smooth thing. Like, I honestly don't think that I could not have expected anything more peaceful. It flew just how it needed to. Everything went well, thanks to the Lord.
Thank you.
And
Lord.
we had such a smooth thing.
That's so good.
And so fast forward though, the first 2 weeks of us being parents, nobody warns you for that, dude. And I just want to say, if you're a first time mom or about to be a first time mom, you need to just have so much grace with yourself because you're not ready. Nothing could prepare you for I would say the first month of having a baby. You are just in straight survival mode. And that is okay that your whole world is just flipped upside down. Like, you could be so excited for this new season and still be so scared, so overwhelmed, so just, shocked at how much this changes you from one day to another. So just giving yourself a lot of grace in that. But thankfully, honestly, I have to give credit where credit is due. My husband has been so helpful. He was so helpful in that first 3 months that he took off work to be with us. I don't remember doing laundry. I don't remember making dinner most of the time from that stage. And so it really did help to have such a smooth thing. But that first transition of probably, I would say again, the first month, nobody could prepare you for it. Your boobs are sore. You are red liquid is running 6 months, not 6 months, 6 weeks.
I'd hope not 6 months.
6 weeks straight, dude. At least in my case, it was.
Jeez.
Everything is out of control. Like, everything is out of whack. You're getting used to this whole thing and your body is going through things that have never gone through. And so, yeah, just giving yourself a lot of grace. But that is a challenge for sure.
Gosh, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. And I don't know if this has to do, but since we had Danilo during the winter time, it got dark at 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock. It was already dark, remember?
Yeah.
And that to me was probably the most challenging thing. But again, I'm so thankful that my husband was such a help in this. We would go on walks every single day, probably midday. And it helped a lot, dude. I really do think that it made a huge difference for me to be out walking as soon as I could. Like a week after Danilo was born, we were on walks. That did so
Gosh.
much for my mental health. Like so much.
It's because think about it. One, your body's going through so many changes. Your hormones are out of whack. Everything is out of whack. One, it was in winter, so it's already like you're not getting enough vitamin D, first of all, and still being stuck at home, like after having a set routine of like you going to work and stuff, like everything just automatically changes. It's so different, and it's like, yes, you just need to have so much grace with yourself in that period. But what were other things that you felt that were helpful during that like newborn season where everything was out of whack? Like what would you say, or how did you get through that?
Honestly, taking it one day at a time. Literally one day at a time. Because there is so much out of your control. There is so, like, you're not going to sleep for a very long time in that first season. And just knowing that it truly does get better one day at a time.
Yeah.
I think so. Because when I was in the middle of it, like, I'm talking about the first, like, 3 months, I was like, I'm just taking it one day at a time. Okay. I am getting up, getting ready, doing some sort of thing that makes me feel like put together. And that's one of the things that I could say if you are like, maybe you aren't a first time mom and you're out of that stage, or even just honestly giving birth at any moment, doesn't have to be when you're a first time mom. I think that one of the things is knowing to accept help. And then another thing that I think could be really helpful is for having your community be there for you in the sense of like making meals for you for at least the first 2 weeks. I think that would be really helpful. So that's another thing that, because I had my husband basically cooking and doing the laundry and like basically cleaning up, that was very helpful.
Gosh.
Yeah, he was very, very helpful.
That's so good to hear. And okay, so gosh, you've done a very good job of explaining all of this, because I can now put myself in your shoes and I'm like, I don't know how you did it, to be honest. Like that seems like a lot. Yeah. But I also wanted to ask, like, how did motherhood shape you into like who you are now? Like what changed in you from you realizing that you were pregnant? Like what was your life like then and versus now? Like
okay, so just to set the scene, I'm not that much into motherhood. I'm a year into it. Danilo just turned 1. So when we're talking about this, we're not talking about this whole like, expertise and professional here. No, like we're a year into
this.
But
you're doing the thing, so.
But by the Lord's grace.
Yeah.
Yes. Honestly, it's shaped me in the sense that, I don't know, does this happen to other people? If you're a mom, I need you to like weigh in on this. I feel like my biggest benefit of being a mom es que ya nada me pesa. I used to live con tanta flojera. O sea, me pesaba. Hay gente que, vive llena de flojera. Todo les cuesta. Everything's hard. And I felt like I was one of those people where before, when obviously we didn't have kids, it was just us. Todo me costaba. O sea, hacer cualquier cosilla, I was like, no. Like, I just lived with this weight almost of like dreading to do things. Now that I'm a mom, I'm like, nothing is hard because my day in and day out is hard. So nothing is hard. Does that make sense?
Wow. Yeah.
And I feel like that's such a benefit to me. Porque si ahorita tú me dices que me ponga a hacer, no sé, homemade bread, ahorita te lo hago. A homemade pizza, ahorita te lo hago. Like, I don't know, go do something dreadful, ahorita vamos, because nada me cuesta. Like, it's been very liberating to me. Yeah, honestly.
That's so funny. Don't tempt me. No, but okay. And then how is motherhood, your reality now, different than what you thought motherhood was going to be like?
It is so different, dude.
What did you expect it to be like, and what is it?
Okay, well, here's the thing. I think that you have one of two choices. You can either drown in motherhood and be victimized in motherhood. And I will say, everyone's situation is very different. I know that. But at the end of the day, you choose how this what this brings out of you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so I think that when I think of what I thought motherhood was going to be versus what it is, I have really found such an enjoyment in this season, as chaotic and as busy and as sleepless and as tiring as it is, because I've just allowed myself to almost just carry me. Does that make sense? Like, I'm no longer trying to be a version of myself that is not reality. I feel like, and that's where a lot of moms, and I know that, you know, all these emotions are so real, but te afecta que quieras tratar de go back to an old life that is simply not it. And I've allowed myself to kind of just be in the season of motherhood and really enjoy it and soak it up, that it's been better than my expectation, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, meaning you kind of have to, in order to set yourself up for success in this season, you kind of have to just roll with
You have to roll with it. Exactly. Like, for example, hay días que Danilo no quiere dormir. If you guys can't tell, I don't think you can see him. He's down here, so I keep looking at the ground, making sure he's not pulling on the cable. But he looked at me like, what you talking about, me? Sometimes Danilo no quiere dormir. Like, he wants to skip his nap. He wants to whatever. I roll with it. I'm like, okay, you don't want a nap? That's okay. Let's go on a walk. You know, like, just moving it along. That's one of the first things that I found myself having such a hard time with. In motherhood, you have to pivot 24/7. You have to change plans every single time. And that was one of the things que me frustraba al principio, because I was like, what do you mean I have to change my plan now?
Yeah.
And you just have to. And that's okay. You got to flow with it.
Honestly, but I'm so proud of you, ma'am. And I think that you don't give yourself enough grace because, like, sometimes I get home and then you're like, ugh, I've done nothing, you know, and that's usually like your go-to phrase. But I'm like, do you realize that you're keeping this baby alive and well? Like, what else do you want to be doing? Like, I am so empowered, and like just watching you moms like do your thing, plus the strength that this woman has. Like, I'm like, how do you even have those kind of muscles? Because you guys just go through so much. And also Liliana for a time was walking with Danilo.
Oh yeah.
Carrying him for like a mile. I'm like, dude, I carry this baby and he's so big already that he weighs so much.
To show you guys that moms, you guys are strong. Don't think you're not. We went on a walk and we didn't have the stroller, so we had to take turns carrying him. My dad was like, Liliana, your turn. He's so heavy. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm out here carrying him like nothing. And so I'm like, that's cuando te das cuenta you are strong, like physically too.
Physically,
you have
like,
a strength that
you
people
guys
don't
grow.
have. Yeah.
Exactly. You guys grow another form of strength. And I don't know where you guys pull it from, but it's just so incredible to see. And I think you guys deserve so much more grace and everything, honor, everything. But okay. And what are any other last tips or things that you would want to tell someone who is going into the season or who is about to have a baby, whether it's their first or third? Like, what do you want to tell them?
A couple of things.
Tell me.
We really, I don't think it gets talked enough about what you go through in probably the first year, I'm going to say. Probably the first year. Like, I just feel like I just got out of it. And to me, I know I have touched on this with you. I don't know how deep, but I was someone who did not ever know what anxiety was, what any sort of those feelings were until this postpartum season. And the way that, I don't think I've ever shared this, but yeah, like, I feel like the anxiety I got, especially right after my husband went back to work, it was something I had never experienced. And I almost felt like I was going insane. I was like, am I crazy for having these like intrusive thoughts? Just feeling this anxiety, always thinking the worst scenarios. And it was something that like I felt physically like my chest had so much weight on it. And it was from like 3 months from when my husband went back to work, 3 months to like 10 months.
Wow.
It came and went. Pero te digo que apenas I feel like I'm starting to come out of this fog where I'm like, whoa, what was that? Like, so just if you are anywhere near that similar thing, just know you are not crazy. You are not insane. You need to give yourself so much grace, and you need to be able to talk about those things with people. And just, you know what I found so much freedom in? The fact that when you voice those things, as crazy as they sound, you take away the power of those feelings. Just being able to talk about those things out loud, I feel like really disarms those emotions, and it takes away the power of it. So if you can talk to anyone, to me, honestly, it's been you who I've felt the most comfortable with being like, Donnie, am I going insane, or what the heck is this? Because remember, I would be like, I'm having thoughts I've never had before. Yeah. I'm having this feeling of my chest literally feeling like it weighs 100 pounds. What is going on? Yeah, and then we were like, yep, it's not meh. It's part of the process. So give yourself a lot of grace, and just know, again, now that I'm just over the 1 year mark, I feel like I'm just now starting to feel like myself again. So it does get better. But for a moment there, you do got to just take it one day at a time.
Yeah, that's so powerful.
Yeah. And then also another thing, gosh, as soon as you can, dude, implement a routine. You thrive on routines. Your baby thrives on routines. I can tell you, I'm a first-time mom. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. One thing I do feel like I'm doing right is that Danilo has been on a routine ever since he was born, like for the most part. Yeah. He goes on a daily walk almost at the same time. He comes back and naps after that walk almost at the same time. We get him to bed. Well, the first couple of months were a blur, but we do try to keep that routine going. And I think it's been so helpful. And for me too, because so I know that I have a routine, you know? Yeah, and that's what's been really, really helpful to me.
I love that. All right. Any last final tips or anything?
What else? I really want this to be as helpful as I can, because I really was a couple months ago being like, why does nobody talk about this?
Like, what would you have wanted to know coming into this that you felt like no one really talked about?
Everything. Gosh, it's such a topic, dude, that it's that deep. Like, it's,
honestly, but it's because it's different for everyone. It is. You can like go based off of your experience and be like, this is exactly what it's gonna be like, because everyone is so different.
That's why I'm trying to keep it to like the core things that wouldn't change, like the routine, the going out on walks. Honestly, if you can,
so
do
helpful.
It. That's the one
for your
thing.
Body too. Like, it's because, yes, going out on walks does so much for you.
Some troll said, because I posted that I've been going on walks ever since Danilo was born, and some troll said, yeah, you look the same. And I was like, homeboy, shut up. I know you're a bot, first of all. Second of all, it's not about losing weight, which honestly, that's another thing that could, benefit. But it's the fact of the fresh air you get every single day, dude. The reset that you mentally...
There's so much that a good walk does for you. Yeah. Going outside.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I was the thinnest. Well, probably because I was like breastfeeding and whatnot. Those like first couple of months postpartum. But it's not about... Yes, the weight will, that will take care of itself when it comes. Like, that's another thing you can worry about way later down the line. That's not something you need to worry about 6 months postpartum.
Honestly, I would love for the girls to ask any more questions on this topic if you have them, because this is such a good topic, and like you say, it's not talked about enough, or like questions are not answered enough to the point where it's like, oh, we never know what you should be expecting, because granted everyone's different, but we should be talking about this more.
Can I throw one last thing out there that I was like, why did nobody talk about this?
Go for it.
I had never heard about someone talk about this one specific thing. The way that the first bowel movement,
that's
first stool, so painful, dude. So painful. It was probably worse than giving birth, honestly. It
Oh,
was
girl.
so bad. I was like,
Liliana, we're not trying to scare you guys either.
no, I was a little traumatized, not gonna lie, but
You think that's the same for everyone?
I don't know. Again, if you're already a mom, dude, can you let us know? Was that anything for you?
Because
Like anything traumatic for you? Because what the heck was that, dude?
gosh.
Yeah. No, that's just one of the things where I was like, I would have never known.
I
And
don't
the
think-
whole like, having red liquid for the next 6 weeks of your life.
Yeah, exactly. I
I
don't
would
think
have never
anyone
known.
prepares you for the changes your body goes through.
Yeah, no. And the sore boobs 24/7, no. Another thing. Being so sweaty, soaked in sweat at like 2 o'clock in the morning, the first couple of weeks.
Like hot flashes.
That's what it's called?
I think so. Like when you're just
Oh.
super hot for no reason.
No, you're like drenched in sweat. You're not hot. You're drenched in sweat.
Oh, it's just sweats.
It's sweats. It's night sweats. Oh my gosh, those are
Jeez.
so bad too. That's another thing. And you're gonna be starving for the most
Liliana,
part.
Okay, I have a question now for us girls that don't have kids. If you're talking about this experience, like birth and all, and what you deal with going forward, and it sounds kind of harsh, not gonna lie. Why do we keep having more kids?
I really don't know that question. I don't know the answer to everyone. But you know what I was gonna say, and thank you for saying that because that reminded me of what I want to say.
Yeah.
Yes, it's hard,
Yeah.
but I have never felt closer to God than in this season.
Wow.
And that's what I probably think that God is so intentional with us. I mean, we are literally his creation. But I was just thinking the other day, that's one of the beauties of this season, as chaotic, as tiring, as again, as everything that it is. God meets you where you're at, dude.
Wow.
Like the way he strengthens you every single day. There's days I've been so exhausted getting out of bed in the morning, and somehow I make it through the day. And somehow like we keep it going, and it's the closest I felt to him because we are in this, we could only even imagine comparing his love that he has for us for the love that we have as parents to your child, and to think that he loves us even more than we could
Wow.
ever love our own kids.
Yeah.
I really do think that motherhood strengthens your relationship with the Lord like nothing else.
Wow.
And that is the beauty of this season, when you really truly just like let yourself like submerge in it.
I love that.
It's the connection that happens that to me, at least personally, I have never felt this connected to him, had my faith so like focused and just, I don't know, it's something that happens that it's so beautiful as hard as it is.
But now that you say that, I just want to say something as kind of, I mean, not in regards to that, but I just think that's so beautiful. And I also want to add that God made the woman with, like, it's just so incredible to think that we can do all this.
It blows my mind.
Like, just the birthing process, breastfeeding, like all of that is so impressive to me. And I'm like, Lord, how did you? But like, he gave us that gift at the end of the day. I want to call it a gift.
It's a
because
gift.
It is so beautiful. As much as it is so hard, so painful, whatever, it's such a beautiful thing, you know, that God designed us in this way to be able to experience this. And just when I look at that, like, I'm just so amazed at just the way God designed women and everything. And I'm like, dude, he did it for a reason. Like, he knew you were so capable. He knew that you would be the perfect mom for Danilo. Like, there's just no way around that, I'm
that
just
makes
like,
me emotional, thinking that the Lord was like, yeah, like I can entrust you with something
this.
so big.
Like, keeping alive,
yeah,
living is not an easy task. I will say that. But
yeah, exactly. It's, again, it is not easy, but it's so beautiful if you just let yourself be just taken in the ride of motherhood.
I love that.
It's something that you just have to decide that you want to not be victimized by. I feel like, again, everyone's situation is very different, but for the most part, you can decide that you want to enjoy the stage of motherhood, and move forward in that direction.
Like, it doesn't have to be as hard as everyone pinpoints it to be.
No.
Or as miserable, I guess.
No.
You make it beautiful
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I love that. I think we might need a part 2 of this, but I don't know.
so.
You guys should ask us questions in regards to this, because I think that I would love to hear more.
Yeah, I don't even think we got,
through half of the things. But honestly, it's such a beautiful topic, and I'm so glad you shared with us your personal story. And I don't know, I guess we'll wait to see what the girls ask, but I thank you so much for sharing that.
Of course.
And we will catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.